one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
This story is brought to us from the New York Post. Louisiana authorities captured on Friday one of the 10 men who escaped from a New Orleans jail 6 weeks ago and who police say released videos on social media while still on the run. You got to listen to this one. Antoine Massey, 33, who was taken into custody at a residence in New Orleans, about 2 miles from the jail, that's as far as he got, said New Orleans Police Department Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick. She said he actually walked out of a home peacefully. He peacefully gave up to law enforcement who had surrounded the house. Now, Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Hudson said she had received a tip Friday morning and immediately notified other law enforcement authorities who arrested Massey by mid-afternoon. Louisiana State Police Superintendent Robert Hodges said authorities were still investigating how Massey was able to stay at the residence where he was recaptured. He said it's pretty obvious over the last 6 weeks to remain a fugitive that long, he had assistance. He had help. That's what Hodges said. Authorities had recently investigated social media posts by a man who identified himself as Massey and earlier this month raided a New Orleans home where they believed the videos were produced but did not find him. Great work by all our law enforcement partners who have been working so hard for this outcome, said Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill. Now, she said, one more to go. That's right. Authorities are still searching for convicted murderer Derek Groves. Police previously captured the other 8 escapees following the May 16th jailbreak, one of the largest in recent U.S. history. Authorities said the men yanked open a faulty cell door inside the New Orleans jail, squeezed through a hole behind the toilet, scaled a barbed wire fence, and fled into the dark. So it was at night. The men's absence wasn't discovered until a morning head count, hours after they bolted for freedom. Authorities found a message drawn around the hole the men used to escape, an arrow pointing to the gap, and the words, "Too easy, LOL." Officials have pointed to multiple security lapses in the jail, but authorities remain adamant that the men also had likely had help. Of course, a maintenance worker at the jail was arrested for allegedly helping the men escape by turning off the water to the toilet where the hole was cut behind. His lawyer says he had denied knowingly aiding them. Massey faced charges of rape, kidnapping, domestic violence involving strangulation, and violation of a protective order, authorities in nearby St. Tammany Parish said. Well, now he's got escape, huh? Running. In Orleans Parish, he faced charges of motor vehicle theft and domestic battery. Merle said Massey will face additional charges for his role in the escape. Yeah, of course. A woman police identified as being in an on-again, off-again relationship with Massey was arrested and charged with obstruction of justice and as a principal to aggravated escape, court records show. Authorities said the woman knew of Massey's escape plans beforehand, communicated with him afterward, and misled authorities. A $50,000 reward remains open for tips leading to Groves' recapture, authorities said. That's Derek Groves, the one they're looking for. But this Massey guy, I mean, I'm an escaped felon, and he's got a slew of charges already that he's in for. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter and go, "Hey guys, Massey here. They're still looking for me. Call me Cool Hand Massey." Yeah, well now you're handcuffed hand Massey. Um, I mean, criminals. Whoever said criminals were smart, right? But when you're on the run from cops, what do? Make a video. And that reminds me, too, of one that I saw on Facebook. This was several years ago. or a few years ago, where a guy had a warrant for his arrest, and he knew he had a warrant. The cops were looking for him. It was if he had been caught, he was to be arrested and taken to jail. So what does he do? He goes on Facebook and goes, "Yeah, I'm going to my son's softball game. That's right. I'm going to go cheer my buddy on. He's going to hit a home run. He's a slugger. And it's going to be at such and such park. I'll be there, guys, watching my son hit a home run." And when he got there, there was a bunch of cop cars, and they just grabbed him and handcuffed him and took him off to jail. Who said criminals are smart?